right, so Kate Chadderton is here to talk with us about her Rolex weekend. She's going to ride her dressage tomorrow. So how are you and Cole settling in this weekend so far?
Really well. We actually came a day earlier than I normally would this year. We arrived on Monday, so I've had a lot of time to get him used to the atmosphere and school him around. He was very excited when we first got here. He's quite a bit fitter than I've ever had him before. And we do our ring familiarization this afternoon, so I'm looking forward to getting him down there and actually in around where we're going to compete.
So he's been here before. Do you feel, you said he's fitter than he's been before, so
yeah.
What kind of changes or what kind of improvements do you think you're going to see this weekend from him?
I think the quality of his paces in the dressage have improved. We spent a fair bit of time over winter working on that. I took him down to Wellington for a while and really been focusing on it. But having him fitter than I've had him before, I'm just not sure if... last year he was really good at staying calm. I'm a bit nervous about keeping a lid on him. But his best tests have always come when I've felt he's a bit of a handful. So I'm feeling good about it.
And how do you feel knowing you're a little bit later in the day on Saturday? Hopefully the weather will clear up a little bit more than what it's forecasted now, but what's your plan right now just based on what you're seeing?
To be honest, I have been concerned about that. When the draw very first came out, I always like to go really early on. I like to get out there and ride my plan. I don't like to see too many people go. And then when it became late enough to be able to see the weather forecast, I was concerned. But they do such a good job with the footing here that even if I have to take some lines that might not necessarily have been taken earlier, I'm talking about between the fences, they've roped it so well that there's enough room for 80 horses to gallop on there and still find good footing. And I know they're going to do a really good job with the takeoffs and landings. So I think it's going to be okay, even if the weather is how they say it's going to be.
Do you feel that this type of course is something that Cole's pretty suited to as far as his galloping style and his turning style and that sort of thing? I mean, how do you feel that he relates to the course and how Derek has designed it?
He always does, touch wood, he always does well on Derek's courses. Anything that I think that he might not quite understand, every time I gallop into it, he understands exactly what to do. And Derek's a genius. The horses just get what he's talking about. The thing with Cole, he's pretty good with everything. He's very honest. He wants to go between the flags, like he really does. He does have a look at the ditches, and so I was hoping there'd be none this year, but of course they're going to have them. And the first one is actually at fence 2, and it's not like it's just a table over a ditch, but it's enough that he will be able to see it, and I plan on giving him a really good ride there and just really saying to him, come on mate, we're really we've got a few of these to go yet, and just getting him in the swing of it. And normally after we've jumped one, he's good, but he'll never stop at them, but he just gets a bit slow in the air, and these are not the fences you want to get slow in the air with. So I think the course suits him. I'm looking forward to getting out there, really.
And coming back on Sunday and show jumping and knowing that his fitness is where it should be, and how do you feel? Is he typically a fairly good show jumper, or how do you feel for that part?
Yeah, again, touch wood. He is a good show jumper. I've done a fair bit outside of eventing on him, like the mini prees and things like that. The only time I have trouble with him is like he was clear at the fork the other day. At Carolina International, I did have a couple down on him, but he was very feisty there. And when he's like that, his rideability isn't so good, and then he tends to have one or two down. But when I can ride him, we know each other inside out by now, and